There I was, late one night this past summer, in the car with the girl of my dreams. On the car ride home, only a few words were spoken. I was stressing. It felt as if I were heading to my execution. Going back and forth in my head, should I tell her how I feel, or should I not, and continue living life with this weight on my chest? That bravery that I first had when I got into the car slowly started to fade away the closer and closer we got to my house. Finally, the hour of my execution. She dropped me off outside of my house, and I took one step out of the car. I was about to leave without telling her how I felt. But then that fear of doing it turned into the fear of not doing it. So I put that foot right back in the car, looked her in the eyes, and although I was nervous, I told her exactly how I felt. It took up all the bravery and courage I had built up inside of me, but I did it. And that's one thing I didn't realize before doing it, was how much bravery and courage it does take to tell someone that you love them. I know for a fact that everyone here today has been brave or courageous before. So that's why today I'll be talking about why bravery and courage are difficult to develop due to the fact that the definitions are unclear, how those that you surround yourself with may be negatively impacting your courage, and how to properly execute bravery. Now, let me begin by telling you what it means to be brave. Bravery comes in all different shapes and sizes. The Oxford Dictionary defines bravery as of a person willing to do things that are difficult, dangerous, or painful, not afraid. However, the definition differs from person to person. It could mean standing up to your bully, telling that person how you really feel about them, or even presenting a speech in front of your class like we are all doing right now. Sort of giving yourself up in a sense and making yourself vulnerable in exchange for the greater good. And bravery isn't something that you're born with, nor is it something that can be developed overnight. Bravery is a skill that comes from relentless practice. Constantly putting yourself in those uncomfortable situations is the only way that you're going to be able to develop that bravery. Now that I just told you about what it means to be brave, let me tell you about courage and how those that you surround yourself with may be impacting your courage. See, courage and bravery are very similar. There's one main difference. Like I just said, bravery is the ability to do things that are difficult, dangerous, or painful, but without a fear in mind. Whereas courage is the ability to do things that frighten you. So you're still scared of the things that you're doing, but you do them anyways. And everyone here has been courageous before. Now this leads me to the second half of my point, how those that you surround yourself with may be negatively impacting your courage. When you surround yourself with like-minded people, people who are out there in the world fighting for what they believe is right, or following their hearts without a fear in mind, it's going to start to rub off onto you. See, when my friends came together to give me the bravery and to give me the courage that it took to tell her how I felt, it radiated off of them and onto me. Whereas if I were to surround myself with individuals who tell me not to do it and to stay in my comfort zone, I wouldn't have done it. And finally, if you find yourself in a situation where those that you surround yourself with are keeping you in that shell of yours, it may be time to go find some new friends. And now that I've told you about what it means to be brave and how those that you surround yourself with may be impacting your courage, let me tell you about the execution of bravery as well as exercising bravery. See, bravery is a workout. It needs to be exercised constantly. Find that fear and exercise it until it is no longer. When we were kids, we were all afraid of the dark. We had that genuine fear of being eaten alive. It had us screaming at the top of our lungs, and now, nothing. Why? Because we exercised that fear daily until it became no longer. And that's exactly what you have to do with all of your other fears. Everyone knows the classic saying, you have to learn to walk before you can run. And the same applies with bravery. You have to learn how to live in the constant fear, and you have to learn how to live with that fear until it minimizes itself enough to where you feel as you can execute it. Like what I did with my fear of failure. Now, to sum it all up, today I talked to you about what it means to be brave, how those that you surround yourself with may be affecting your courage, and how to properly execute bravery. Now, remember that girl from the beginning? Well, a few weeks after I told her how I felt, we actually started dating, and have been together ever since. This is why you should live a little. Go outside of your comfort zone and do things that you wouldn't have done before. Be more brave. Thank you.